They say desire gives life meaning. But what happens when that same desire starts controlling you? When your dreams turn into chains and the thing you crave most begins to consume your mind. This is the obsession trap, a silent prison where passion turns to poison and you no longer chase your goals. They chase you. Welcome to your own destruction. Welcome to the Psychology Secrets, where we uncover the hidden patterns of the mind. And today we step into one of the darkest, the obsession trap. It begins so quietly, so beautifully, that you never see it coming. It wears the mask of ambition, the face of dedication, and whispers the sweetest lies. You're doing great, just a little more. At first, it feels like power. You wake up early, your heart burns with purpose, and you feel unstoppable. But beneath that energy, something darker is growing, a voice that never lets you rest. You start believing that peace is laziness, that rest is weakness, and that slowing down means failure. Every achievement fades too quickly. The moment you win, you already want more. Bigger, faster, louder. You begin to chase progress like oxygen, addicted to the rush of moving forward, even when there's nowhere left to go. And that's where it begins. The silent transformation. The passion that once gave you life now starts to consume it. You stop noticing the world around you. Stop feeling joy in the things that once made you smile. Friends become distractions. Family becomes background noise. The only thing that matters is the chase. You tell yourself this is what greatness demands. But deep inside, your mind is breaking. Because obsession doesn't build you. It builds a prison around you. And the cruelest part? You hold the keys, yet you never think of escaping. This is the first step of the obsession trap, where your desire becomes your master. By now, the trap is set, and you don't even realize it. What once felt like drive has quietly turned into dependency. You can't sit still anymore. You can't breathe without thinking of what's next, what's missing, what's not yet achieved. The silence that once gave you peace now feels like torture. You've trained your mind to believe that stillness is death, that the only way to live is to keep moving, chasing, achieving, no matter what it costs. You begin to blur the line between who you are and what you do. Every failure cuts deeper than it should. Every delay feels like the end. You no longer chase success to grow. You chase it to survive. Because without that constant pursuit, you feel empty, like a machine without power. And that's the cruel irony. The more you give to your obsession, the more it takes from you. Your body is tired, but your mind refuses to stop. You keep feeding it goals, deadlines, comparisons, achievements, like throwing wood into a fire that only grows hungrier. You stop feeling pride, stop feeling joy, and the only thing left is the unbearable weight of not doing enough. And slowly, the world around you starts shrinking. Your conversations become shorter. Your laughter disappears. The people around you fade, not because they left, but because you push them away to keep chasing an illusion that keeps running faster than you. You look into the mirror, and the person staring back doesn't look inspired anymore. They look trapped, haunted by the very dream they once loved. Their eyes no longer burn with purpose. They burn with pain. That's when passion finally turns to poison. And the worst part, you still call it discipline. At this stage, obsession no longer hides. It becomes your reality. You wake up every morning with a storm inside your head, a voice whispering, "You're not enough. Not yet." It doesn't matter how far you've come, how much you've done. Your mind only sees what's missing. The higher you climb, the emptier it feels. You've built a life that looks powerful from the outside, but inside, it's collapsing. You stop recognizing yourself. The things that once made you happy now feel meaningless. Success no longer tastes sweet. It feels like survival. You've become a shadow moving through routines, chasing deadlines that never end. The line between effort and self-destruction has vanished, and yet you keep going because you've forgotten how to stop. Your world has turned into a tunnel, narrow, dark, endless. You don't see people anymore, only goals. You don't feel moments, only pressure. You're constantly surrounded by noise, notifications, expectations, comparisons. Yet somehow, you've never felt more alone. And when exhaustion finally hits, it doesn't come as sleep, it comes as numbness. You can't cry, you can't laugh, you just exist. Like a machine built to move, not to feel. That's the point where obsession reveals its true face, not as passion, but as control. You're no longer living, you're being lived by your own mind. The dream you once chased has turned into your master, and every heartbeat now echoes the same word. More. 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 This isn't success anymore. This is slavery in disguise. When obsession reaches its breaking point, it doesn't scream, it whispers. You start losing control quietly. The same mind that once pushed you forward now refuses to let you rest. Nights grow longer, silence feels heavier, and even your victories start to taste bitter. You can't stop thinking, can't stop working, can't stop chasing. You've forgotten what peace feels like. The passion that once fueled you has turned toxic, a fire that burns without warmth. Every small failure cuts deeper. Every delay feels like the end. You don't work because you love it anymore. You work because you're afraid of stopping. You've mistaken discipline for self-destruction. And then one day, everything collapses. Not loudly, but silently. You wake up and feel nothing. No excitement, no hunger, no spark. You realize you've been running so long that you don't even remember why. You've become a stranger to yourself, trapped in a cycle that demands more while giving nothing back. But in that emptiness, something beautiful begins. A quiet truth starts to surface. You were never meant to live like this. You remember the version of yourself who once found joy in small things, who could rest without guilt, who didn't need to prove their worth every second. That memory becomes your first step toward freedom. Healing doesn't mean abandoning ambition. It means redefining it. You stop chasing out of fear and start creating out of peace. You begin to understand that you are not your achievements. You are the person behind them, alive, imperfect, and enough. When you stop fighting yourself, the storm begins to fade. The fire doesn't die. It learns to burn gently again, and the dream that once ensnared you becomes your ally. Because the greatest success isn't in never falling. It's in finally breaking free from the chains that made you forget who you are.